of them.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want me to hold
That's
this?
okay, because we're just doing paddles now. Let's see the first one. I don't know them either, so let's see. Bridge washed out, I can't swim, and my baby's on the other side. That, really? All right, all right, song.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I'll marry you tomorrow, but let's honeymoon tonight. I say wrong. Yes, you're the winner. You are the winner. Next one. When you leave, walk out backwards, so I think you're walking in. I like that. I say yes. All right, let's see if... Yeah, oh no. Now you have to really make up for it.
Okay.
Every single one has to be right. See another one. You stuck my heart in an old tin can and shot it off a log. No, I say no. I say no. Yeah, good. All right, one more. Is that it? That's it. Okay, well, close enough, you won. Oh, my God! They air tomorrow night on ABC. I want to thank Viola Davis, Ella Henderson. Before we go, I'm excited to tell you my first ever holiday CD just dropped. That's what they say in the business. It dropped. It's called The Only Holiday Album You'll Ever Need, Volume 1. And it's got some great songs like Christmas Lights by Coldplay and Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson. So if you're ready to get the Christmas spirit, go to Target. That's the only place you can get it. But I'm in the mood right now to give it to my audience. So you're all going to... Bye-bye. Anyway...
Election night is here. We'll find out who Arkansas's next elected officials will be. Arkansans stood in line to exercise their right to vote.
I vote because I look for better quality of living for my community and for my family.
Well, I think that this could be a crucial election for the state of Arkansas.
Well, I think it's important to vote in every election, and I always exercise my wonderful right that I feel I have as a woman and as an American.
Also, hear from the candidates as the votes roll in. All your election coverage here on THV11. The news starts now.
Now, from Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV 11 News at 5.
Team coverage for the 2014 general election kicks off in full force tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dawn Scott.
And I'm Denise Middleton. Polls are still open, but we are already gearing up for the results. We have reporters at watch parties all over the city. Marlisa Goldsmith and Kevin Traeger have you covered for the U.S. Senate race.
Yeah, Dan Grossman and Alyssa Raymond are covering the Arkansas governor's race for us tonight. Remember to stay with us throughout this night as we bring you the latest results. You can find all up-to-date information scrolling at the bottom of your screen when polls close here on THV11 and on our website, THV11.com.
And you can also follow us by using the hashtag ARElection. We will have wall-to-wall coverage starting at 7:30 on our secondary channel 11.2 and on THV11.com. Well, voting will remain open for about another 2.5 hours tonight until 7:30.
And that's where we begin our coverage on this election night. THV11's Phil Buck talking to voters as they've made their way out to the polls today. Phil, good evening to you.
Well, I'm here at one of the many voting locations here in Little Rock that has seen a steady stream of voters coming in throughout the day. And I just got off the phone with the Secretary of State's office. They gave me some updated numbers and said, according to at least early voting numbers, they are seeing a marked increase in the number of people that are turning out compared to the last midterm election, which was in 2012, almost to the tune of about 100,000 more voters coming out early this year for this election. And almost everyone I spoke to today said that they felt a responsibility to be a part of the process. Do you vote in every election?
This is my first time, actually.
Really? What brought you out?
I don't know. I just finally wanted to, and, you know, I just had a couple issues that I felt strongly about, so just kind of was the time, I guess.
You should vote whether you're strictly Democrat, strictly Republican, independent. You should reflect your thoughts. That's what makes America what it is.
My grandfather always said, if you don't vote, you can't gripe.
Pretty simple.
I don't want to lose my right to gripe.
I feel strong about it. I get a chance to voice my opinion and exercise my right to do so.
I love voting, and I feel it's also a personal responsibility. It's our voice. It's all there is to it.
We have to have a voice. If you don't take your right to vote, then you have no right to complain.
It's really important. If you want something to be done or be changed, the best way to do it is to vote.
I'm glad everybody out voting, you know. It's good. It's a good feeling to be out here to vote, you know, today. Whether it's raining or whatever, it needs to be done. It's very important that you get out and come out and vote.
Now, aside from what were some long lines when polls first opened early this morning, everybody has told me that they have had relatively no wait times coming to vote today, including right now. You can see there's not a lot of people waiting. Everybody's just coming in and steadily streaming through, casting their ballots relatively easily. Now, I also asked voters today what were some of the issues or candidates or races that they were particularly interested in. I'll give you some of those answers coming up at 6. Hey, Ed Buckner, how's it going back in the studio?
Hey there, Phil. I'm not in the studio. I'm out in the weather garden to illustrate a point. As you and so many of our colleagues tonight working this election know, it's raining. It's just a miserable night to be out, but that doesn't seem to have deterred the voters, and that's the best news of all. I would venture to guess that the lines were probably a little bit longer in the morning when it wasn't raining than they are now, but it's just a nasty night. If you're out and about, be very, very careful. Here's a look at what's going on. Here's the radar picture, and look at this training line of showers. Nothing severe, but boy, is it going to rain for the next probably 12 hours or so. Temperature-wise, 58 in Searcy. Temperatures here in the 60s. Tomorrow, a good chance of rain early, and then a high of 57. The rain should taper off tomorrow afternoon. More in your forecast coming up.
All right, Ed, thank you. And one of the most hotly contested races in the state, it all comes down to Mark Pryor and Tom Cotton.
We find THV11's Kevin Traeger at the DoubleTree for Pryor's watch party. And Kevin, how's it going over there?
Dawn, Denise, good evening. Pryor may be down slightly in the polls right now, but he is by no means giving up hope on this race. Now, the senator was having lunch at Sims Barbecue on Broadway this afternoon, eating with his family members. He also spent part of the afternoon at Sims greeting employees and customers there, trying to gain some last-minute votes while the polls are still open. Now, I spoke with the senator. You know, he's lived in Little Rock for many years, and he tells me he has a special place in his heart for Sims.
You know, back in the old days, it was down the hill. Y'all remember where, some of y'all remember where it was, right over here. But I've been coming here for years. I actually love this part of Little Rock because I spent 4 years of my life growing up just a few blocks from here, and I've always kind of connected to this area.
This race between Cotton and Pryor being followed very closely tonight by members of the national media because of the potential shift between Republicans and Democrats going to the Republicans in the Senate. Now, this event here at the DoubleTree tonight will be opening at 7:30 to the general public. So as the night goes on, we can expect to see many more Pryor supporters begin to fill up this room once those polls close at 7:30. Reporting live in Little Rock, Kevin Traeger, THV11 News.
All right, Kevin, thank you. Just across the river, U.S. Representative Tom Cotton is ready for his election party. Last August, Cotton announced he would challenge incumbent U.S. Senator Mark Pryor. Polls have shown it is a very close race.
And THV11's Marlisa Goldsmith is at Cotton's watch party at the Wyndham in North Little Rock. Marlisa?
Dawn and Denise, a close race indeed, which is exactly why Tom Cotton has been out all day today making that final last push for the U.S. Senate race. Now, I'm joined by Tom Cotton today, and, you know, earlier I got a chance to catch up with you. You've been out all day long trying to get that last-minute push. I actually caught up with you at a polling precinct in West Little Rock. Yeah. But when it comes to the Senate race, historically for Arkansas, you know, that seat has been filled by a Democrat for a very long time. So what exactly makes you think that you can take that seat as a Republican?
You know, for many years, Arkansans have been a conservative people, but voted largely Democratic. And there were some conservative Democrats that used to represent Arkansas. But in the last 6 years, I think most Arkansans realize the Obama Democrats simply don't reflect their conservative values. So the opinion has been shifting rapidly. You know, that's best exemplified in my own family by my parents. They were lifelong Democrats until just the last few elections. And they want a conservative change in Washington, just like so many other Arkansans.
Great. Okay, well, we will be here throughout the night, continuing to cover the watch party here, Tom Cotton's watch party in North Little Rock. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Marlisa THV for updates. Sending things back to you in the studio.
All right, Marlisa Goldsmith following Tom Cotton tonight. Thank you. And coming up at 6:30, we have a panel of experts here. Lance Turner with Arkansas Business joins us as he often does for analysis.
Plus, Jordan Johnson, who has joined us to talk politics before. He's a communications consultant who has worked with several Democratic candidates, and Catherine Vassilos, a former Republican Party spokesperson and current public affairs associate.
They will help us understand what the bigger implications of the results are as these results do roll in.
On THV11's Alyssa Raymond has been following Democratic gubernatorial candidate Mike Ross.
In the last 55 hours of his campaign, he hit 17 towns. Alyssa, where are you now?
And now we are at his last and final stop. We're at the Marriott in Little Rock in the Grand Ballroom, and things are all set up. And Mike Ross is here with us now, and we were following him all throughout the state today. We got a little wet today, lots of coffee. How's it going for you?
It's going great. You know, we've been barnstorming the state, 17 towns in the last 55 hours, taking our positive vision to do what Governor Beebe's done. And I'm so proud to have his endorsement and that of 65 of the 75 county sheriffs in the state. You know, and that is to grow the middle class, to create more opportunities for more families, to cut taxes in a fiscally responsible way, but most importantly, to stop the gridlock. The last thing we need in Arkansas is the kind of partisan bickering and dysfunction we see in Washington. We need a governor just like Mike Beebe who can bring Democrats and Republicans together to grow the economy and get the job done. And I'm committed to doing that. That's been my life's work.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks.
Have a good night, and we'll have more for you tonight at 6, 6:30, and throughout the evening. Reporting live in Little Rock, Alyssa Raymond, back to you in the studio.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Of course, his challenger is Bentonville native Asa Hutchinson, has run for public office twice before, most recently losing to current Governor Mike Beebe back in 2006.
And THV11's Dan Grossman is live at Hutchinson's watch party. Dan, how's it going over there?
Yeah, Dawn, Denise, good evening. We were able to catch up with Hutchinson earlier today. He was touring around here in Little Rock before heading up to Northwest Arkansas, and he said that he is cautiously optimistic. It's a tone he said he's been maintaining throughout the day. And when we did speak with him a little bit earlier, he said that he planned today's events around taking his grandson to soccer practice at 2 p.m. But he did say that this election, it's been a long road to come here, but he said he's feeling a little bit relieved.
You know, it is a sense of relief that after an 18-month campaign, we're drawing it to a close, but also excitement about the finishing. We're optimistic, cautiously.
And we did speak to his campaign manager just a short while ago, asking, you know, how was he feeling after he left Little Rock to travel to the northwest part of the state. And he said he's still feeling very optimistic, yet still a little bit cautious until those events and still the numbers start rolling in a little bit earlier, a little bit later. He says isn't expected to arrive here at the Embassy Suites until a little bit later, around 7:30 p.m. But we will be bringing you the latest updates from here in West Little Rock. For now, reporting live, Dan Grossman, THV 11 News.
All right, thank you, Dan. With it being Election Day in America, millions of voters are braving the long lines and in some states, cold weather to do their civic duty.
Well, here are some surprising facts here about today's midterm elections. The price tag on this year's elections.
Well, it is at $4 billion, the most expensive in history, 10 times more than the government has used to fight the Ebola outbreak.
The bulk of that money is spent on campaigning, advertising, and get out the vote efforts, but it won't be enough to bring out crowds.
Experts project between 39 and 42% of eligible voters will participate. How will this affect your bottom line?
Also, a handful of pocketbook issues are in play, the minimum wage issue in Arkansas and alcohol sales.
We'll have more on all those issues coming up as our election coverage continues on THV 11 News at 5. Stay with us.
Sissy's Log Cabin is a proud sponsor of THV 11 Weather.
Show her just how much you love her with beautiful jewelry from Sissy's Log Cabin.
Because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
We brought you the candidates and the issues. Now it's your vote.
Election Day, THV11 will be here with live coverage of the winners, the losers, expert analysis, and what it means to you.
Campaign 2014 on THV11, 11.2, and at THV11.com.
You want it all? Over 1,900 slots, a dozen thrilling table games, and off-track betting, plus sensational dining and entertainment, all await you at the stunning Choctaw Casino Hotel. It's your place to play, dine, cheer, and win. The perfect getaway is closer than you think. Minutes from Fort Smith, I-540 exit 14, Pacola, Oklahoma. See ChoctawCasinos.com for details.
Unwrap a fresh new flavor at Subway. The new Ranchero Pulled Pork Melt. Feast your eyes as a Southern favorite. Slow-cooked pulled pork goes south of the border with a bold blend of garlic, tomato, and onion seasoning. Try it on your favorite freshly baked bread with melty Monterey cheddar and Chipotle Southwest sauce for an irresistibly tender pulled pork sandwich you won't be able to pull yourself away from. Come in and experience the fresh flavor of the new Ranchero Pulled Pork Melt while it's here. Subway. Eat fresh.
Your smile says a lot about you. With Delta Dental, yours shows that you're smart, healthy, active, growing, learning. And when you choose a plan from Delta Dental, that says you have access to the state's largest network of dentists for checkups or emergencies. So ask at work for coverage from the dental insurance experts, Delta Dental, or choose us for yourself at deltadentalar.com. And when you do, you're sure to smile. Delta Dental.
What's going on with the calculator?
Trying to calculate all the drink combinations at Sonic.
Slushes and teas.
Hang on, now I'm getting a call. Hey!
That is not a phone, that's a calculator.
Yeah, dude, yeah, he's here.
Get any large drink for 99 cents before 10 a.m. This is how you Sonic.
Yeah, this is not a good night. This is just a messy, messy weather night. Told you this was going to happen. The morning was pretty much tranquil, kind of quiet, but then the rain really set in, and it's been raining ever since, and we're left kind of, well, kind of in the rain, and we will be for the next, I'd say, probably 18 hours before this gets out of here. Here's a look at what's going on. This upper-level system is not moving very quickly. Therefore, the rain will hang around. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. You can see the clearing line is just not happening. I think my umbrella's broken. I need a new Verizon Arena umbrella. That one is just dead. All right, so here's what's going on. Been using it a lot. Here's what's going on. Look what I'm talking about. See how that clearing line across northwest Arkansas is not clearing? It's not moving. We're seeing the upper level wind flow parallel to the system, so we're not getting that big push. Therefore, the rain will continue for the next several hours. Matter of fact, on the vapor imagery, you can kind of see the last few frames. Notice how the Gulf of Mexico moisture and the subtropical moisture begins to spread more north than it does east. That means this system's not getting out of here anytime real soon. Rainfall totals, about 2/10 only in Little Rock, but about 1.5 inches in Fayetteville, about 1/3 of an inch in Batesville and Searcy. Numbers from today, 67 our high, 63 in North Little Rock. Temperature really not the story. It's been the rain and the cloud cover. 61 currently, raining. 55 is the dew point. Humidity 82%. 59 in Hot Springs, 59 in Arkadelphia, and 58 in Searcy. Here's the forecast at midnight, 12:30 in the morning. The rain will still be here. Tomorrow afternoon at noon, maybe 12:30 in the afternoon, it'll still be here. Tomorrow evening, the rain begins to taper off and clears out of here with clearing skies as we head toward Thursday. So another rather rainy Wednesday on tap. Rainfall totals anywhere between 1/2 inch to maybe almost 2 inches in some locations. For tonight, 53, a 90% chance of a shower. Tomorrow, a 70% chance of rain and a high of 57. So another rainy day. Here's your extended outlook. It does show clearing by Thursday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Get THV weather and Ed Buckner's forecast on Kissin' 96, all things country.
It's been called Arkansas's outrage of the year. Career politicians trying to get rid of our term limits law with a sneaky ballot issue. Vote against issue 3. Keep term limits.
This sandwich is two things in one. On the outside, a sweet, fluffy King's Hawaiian bun. On the inside is savory brisket from Texas, smoked with hickory wood for at least 13 hours.
Hawaii and Texas, sweet and savory. Mahalo, y'all. Aloha, cowboy. Arby's, we have the meat.
At CenterPoint Energy, we're giving you more savings with safe, clean, natural gas.
When it comes to cooking meals, drying clothes, heating water, and my home, nothing beats natural gas. It's my most affordable energy option. It costs less to use than electricity, propane, and heating oil. So if you already have natural gas, keep it. If you're replacing an appliance, choose it. Natural gas, your best choice. Safe and affordable, rest assured.
Because you are at the center of everything we do. CenterPoint Energy, always there.
You say avocado? Old El Paso says zesty chicken and avocado tacos in our stand and stuffed tortillas. You say stand and stuffed tortillas. Old El Paso says start somewhere fresh.
How do you help her? Make Helper with your favorite ingredients for a fresh taste you'll love. Helper, make it yours.
Issue 3 destroys Arkansas's term limits law. It lets politicians stay in office longer. That's good for them. It's bad for us. Vote against Issue 3. Keep term limits.
This Thursday.
This is Captain Gregson, NYPD.
Somebody found me. Somebody knows.
Sir? Try to stay calm.
For Holmes and Watson.
2 bodies, 2 detectives.
Every case is mind over matter.
I never guess. We observe, and then we deduce.
You're really back.
Oh, that's a word for it.
Our only interest is the truth.
He failed to provide a compelling alibi and then refused to allow the police to search his home. I'm inclined to think he's innocent.
New Elementary. This Thursday, only CBS.
Welcome back. With lots of national attention on what happens in Arkansas today, one of the largest demographics politicians tried to target is Arkansas's youth vote. The University of Central Arkansas College Democratic and Republican clubs tried to inform students about the issues, hoping they would go vote. But some of the students say candidates are not relatable, which makes voting discouraging.
I feel like a lot of times they give you fluff, and I feel like sometimes they recruit you in terms of, this is what I'll give you. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on, not what they'll give me, actually.
Youth voters are ages 18 to 29, and according to civicyouth.org, the last 2 presidential elections showed low turnout for young people. 45% voted in 2012, down from 51% in 2008. There are 5 issues on the ballot. One getting a lot of attention is the statewide alcohol amendment. Issue 4. It is the first time a measure like this has ever made it to the Arkansas ballot.
A vote for means you are voting to allow alcohol sales anywhere in Arkansas, including current dry counties. A vote against means the law will stay the same, keeping 37 counties dry.
The attorney for Let Arkansas Decide, the group pushing this issue, says it would modernize the state, while those opposing it say it's not worth the risk.
This really puts Arkansas in a better position to compete across the country for jobs.
The things that we don't know about this issue and what the long-range consequences of them would be are not worth the risk.
If passed, this amendment would allow alcohol to be sold anywhere in all 75 Arkansas counties. It would go into effect July 1st, 2015.
Issue 5 also on the ballot, whether or not to raise the state's minimum wage. Well, polls show it's a popular measure, some with a 70% approval rating. Experts say in the field, they say, increasing the minimum wage may not be the best way to help the people at the bottom of the economy, though.
It's a feel-good kind of policy. We all want to help people who are in tough situations, and that's what minimum wage increases promise to do. And the economics of the situation aren't as transparent when you look at the cost as they are the benefits.
If passed, minimum wage would go from $6.25 to $8.50 by 2017. A vote for means you want to see minimum wage increased. A vote against it means you want it to stay the same. More of THV11 News election coverage at 5 after a break.
THV11 closed captioning is brought to you by Arkansas's best Chevy dealers.
Chevrolet is the most awarded car company of the year. So it's no surprise that Chevy Silverado is the most awarded pickup of 2014.
and is from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Now it's time to reward yourself. Get $7,500 total value on this Silverado Double Cab All-Star Edition, or trade up to get $9,000. See your Arkansas's best Chevy dealer.
The best part of being apart is getting back together. Your true love is back. The McRib, only from McDonald's.
With the card accepted by 90% of doctors and specialists, you have the compassion of the cross and the security of the shield, giving you the freedom to relish right now. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
At CenterPoint Energy, we're giving you more ways to save energy and money.
I'm serious about saving. It's a passion, really. That's why I took advantage of CenterPoint Energy's rebate of up to $500 for upgrading to a high-efficiency natural gas water heater. And they gave me free energy-saving shower heads and faucet aerators that cut my hot water use by about 3,000 gallons a year. I found more ways to save with CenterPoint Energy online. Ooh, you're a little late.
Because you are at the center of everything we do, we're giving you more. CenterPoint Energy. Always there.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart view. You sing to one smile that cheers you, one face that lights when it nears you.
Play the Monopoly Millionaires Club lottery game, making more and more millionaires.
Candidates in all the races finishing up last-minute campaigning at polling sites, standing on the streets, holding their signs. Congressman Tim Griffin tells us how running for lieutenant governor feels the same as when he ran for Congress.
Anyway, we've gotten a great response, and you know, it really feels generally like it did before, and that is you do all the work you can, you take nothing for granted, and then when election day rolls around, you know that it's out of your hands, and it's really in the hands of the people of Arkansas.
We also caught up with Democratic candidate John Burkhalter as he waved to voters at the polls today. He says voters should choose him.
There's a clear choice. I'm a small businessman who's been in my state my entire life, starting businesses. I struggled. I couldn't even get a business loan when I started. There is a very big difference. Tim Griffin has spent the last 20 years in Washington and be involved in all types of political jobs, where I've been right here in Arkansas building companies and making a payroll.
Well, another heavily watched race is the seat for District 2.
Yeah, Democratic candidate Patrick Henry Hayes faces Republican French Hill. We spoke with both candidates for U.S. Congress today on last-minute messages to the voters.
I want people to have more opportunities and fewer mandates, and that's what I'm committed to as a career business guy. I think I know how to bring that common sense conservatism to the House.
We'd like for people to, make sure that they exercise their vote. 7:30 tonight. You know, if you don't get to the polls by 7:30 tonight, then your voice won't be heard.
And Republican Leslie Rutledge stopped by the THV11 studios earlier to tell us about her day so far and her excitement for the night ahead as she seeks the seat for Arkansas Attorney General.
People are excited. I think that's why we've seen such a large number of early voting turnout, because people are ready for conservative leadership. They're ready for someone to get in office and to get these regulations off their back so that way they can have jobs, expand their business. And we've just had an incredible day and looking forward to a big night tonight.
And Democratic candidate for Attorney General Nate Steele out today for a last-minute campaigning. We stopped to talk with him at Homer's Restaurant here in Little Rock about what he wants out of the voters.
Just that I think it's important everybody participate in the process. You know, the elections have consequences, and this is a big election year. So I hope people will look at the candidates, and if they haven't yet, research the candidates. I hope they'll look really closely at our backgrounds, what we stand for, and get out and participate in the process.
Again, voting does not close until 7:30, so if you haven't voted yet, there's still time. Taking a quick break, more 2014 election coverage returns.
How do we make healthcare better? In 1888, the sisters started our ministry with one basic philosophy: always put the patient first. That principle still drives everything we do today. We are Arkansas's best hospital, provide nationally recognized nursing care, and at a lower cost than anyone in Central Arkansas. That's how we make healthcare better for you and your family. CHI St. Vincent. Imagine better health. Make a wish.
For a child with a life-threatening illness, every day is a reason to celebrate. That's why this year, Zaxby's is helping grant the wishes of 55 extraordinarily brave kids. Because seeing their joy is our wish come true.
We own hard work and hard-nosed football. We own big carries and caring traditions, TCB and MVP. We own red and white, and we're ready to fight. And for the past 37 years, we own the best-selling truck in America. Get 0 for 60 plus up to $4,500 in total savings on F-150 only to Arkansas Ford dealer.
The motto of Arkansas was once the land of opportunity. The opportunities to live out our dreams, where possibilities were endless, and reaching for the stars was a natural reaction.
Thanks to you, opportunity still exists.
In the past 5 years, more than 150,000 Arkansas students have been able to go to college so far, a number unmatched in our state's history. The lottery has generated over $450 million for scholarships, benefiting students attending 47 different colleges and universities across the state. And just as expected, college graduates are the natural result, living their dreams with endless possibilities ahead of them. And every time you play, you're providing even more opportunity.
Thank you for doing that.
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. Celebrate the opportunities.
And we will continue our extended election coverage tonight at 6 o'clock. The latest results for races in Arkansas as well as across the country on our website, THV11.com, and on social media with the hashtag ARElection throughout tonight.
And we'll offer nonstop local results and analysis on our secondary channel, 11.2, starting at 7:30. So stay with us. And Ed, pretty bad out there.
It's going to be raining for the next several hours. I mean, for the next, I'd say 12 to 16 hours, we're going to still see rain. So, you know, if you're waiting for a break tonight before the polls close, you're not going to get it. Look at all the rain you see there on LiveView Max, mainly central and northern and western Arkansas. The southeastern corner of the state is still kind of quiet and still dry, but that won't last long either.
So going anywhere.
It's going to rain all night. Yeah, rain all night, rain early tomorrow too before it all clears out.
All right, Ed, thank you.
Thank you for watching THV 11 News at 5. More election coverage coming up in a half an hour. We'll see you then.
Good night.
Thanks for watching THV 11 News. Stay connected to the THV Information Center 24/7 on your mobile device and with the THV 11 app for your iPad.
Election night 2014, the battle for Congress. Will the Republicans take control of both houses for the first time in 8 years? We have a team of Campaign 2014 correspondents covering all the key races. ISIS seemed to come out of nowhere, but it started somewhere. Clarissa Ward traces the terrorist group to its birthplace in an American prison. Did automakers fail to report deaths linked to defective airbags? Jeff Glor reports the U.S. government has opened an investigation. And do you believe in angels? Chip Reed met one
teaching me your way
as she was earning her wings.
You know, I think the happiest I am when I can make somebody else happy.
This is the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley, reporting